Merry Christmas again. Hello, everyone. How are you? It got a little chilly, so of course I had to pull out my F1 sweatshirt. But hopefully it's nice and warm where you are. I just heard that the 95 corridor all today is getting a lot of snow. And one other thing, of course, I've got my chocolates, my doves, and some of you may remember a few months ago, my daughter kind of scoffed at me and called me a main character. And I will have you know, I opened up a chocolate and it says, own your main character energy. So there you have it. From Dove's Chocolates, I am to own my main character energy. Anyway, I'm not alone here today. Let's see who else I've got.
Hello.
You're not there. There you are, Ekello.
How you doing, everyone? Well, that was called an L cut, where they hear me before they see me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm trying to be all fancy on the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Hi, everybody.
How long were you guys in the after party for? I know I had to tap out.
I tapped out when there was 2.5 hours until I had to be here. And then I was like, everybody, y'all go ahead on. But we got into a really nice, not suitable for work workflow discussion.
Oh, cool.
Which was real, we were actually working our way towards that. But I mean, we really there was a lot of Jen. She was in there dunking it. Talking, helping people through the idea of what they can and cannot do inside of some of these tools. And so,
Alyssa says ahoy.
Ahoy.
And we have Bruce Blake in the house. Hello.
How you doing, Bruce?
And Harper says she thinks they were there for about an hour. So, and Ingrid. Hello, Ingrid.
Hey, I love Ingrid.
Jen says not at all. Evan was the expert. I think a lot of you are experts here. And then Harper says she got introduced to festive AI, and Lynn unfortunately missed it, but you're here now, Lynn, so that's good to know. My house smells amazing right now because my father is making chicken and dumplings.
Right now, me too. I'm making a mac and cheese.
I mean, my stomach is growling, and so that's why I had to have a snack.
And my wife is cooking these pot stickers things that she's deep frying now. She just learned that if she has the heat up to a certain temperature, she can just throw them all in real quick because the stuff in the middle is already cooked.
There you go.
And then just get them in and out.
Yep.
So she'll be done in like 3 seconds here.
Absolutely. Civet AI. All I know is like those are the monkeys that eat the beans and then they poop the beans, and those are the coffee, right?
I don't know, but there is a
it is. Oh no, this is with an E. Civet cats.
Okay.
And yeah, they are known for coffee beans that are fermented in their digestive tracts. That's a nice way of saying people drink the pooped out coffee.
Oh, see, I love it. See, did I mention I love myself some Ingrid?
Everybody loves Ingrid. Yay.
Yes, I love
Ingrid. What you fixing at your house? Because I know you got some Louisiana cooking going on down there.
What part of Louisiana does she live in? Like near New Orleans?
No, north. Lafayette, I believe, in Baton Rouge.
Where they say Lafayette.
Yeah. Simon, Merry Christmas from Corby, England. Almost bedtime for the boys and then watching EastEnders. I know this means nothing. No, I know what EastEnders are.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right. Jane Austen stuff. So there you go.
I'm a bit of an Anglophile myself.
Yep.
Actually, me and my wife definitely like to say that right now. And not that they are completely correlated, but we're watching European television, something called HIP.
Okay.
High intellectual potential. It's on from France. A woman who can't seem to get anything right, but she's a cleaning lady, but she's also brilliant, so she helps solve crimes.
And there you go. Ingrid's got corn and crab chowder going on at her house, so we can all mosey over there. And Ursula says she loves EastEnders, and so does Harper. So you're in good company here.
All right. So today we are going to be doing a kind of a deep dive into deep research. And you say to yourself, huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you set up and ready to go?
I did not get rid of the chat that I spun up from earlier today. So yeah, I am ready to show people like kind of the fundamentals of how to do this, and yes, I mean I can do what I can do.
No, I was just asking because I was going to offer to go over the notes and everything like that while you got things set up. So since I know you,
I should probably do a second chat so that we can do a
start.
productivity thing for writing.
No, we're going to do plotting, I thought.
No, the chat that I spun up was about initial, like, I don't know how to write. I don't know anything. And how do I do that? And then it showed them the deep research. I need to create a new chat. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you do that since we got to wait a little bit for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you want to share your screen.
Oh, no. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're doing today is called Google Deep Research. What does the deep in deep research mean? It means that it thinks about what it's going to do before it does it. The only way that you know that you have deep research turned on is if you go up into the upper left-hand corner, click on this, and if you have advanced, you have a access to advanced, which means you signed up for the Google's chat bot, like ChatGPT OpenAI has ChatGPT. Google has Gemini. Now, this particular drop down is under 1.5, not 2.0. It does not use the most recent one. It used the last model, and it has a deep research function. Get in-depth answers. This is what happens. You ask it, I want to plot out a mystery. Oh, that's not how you spell mystery. It's with a Y, right? And
I'm having a hard time reading it, I think, just because it's not zoomed in.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
I love my Zoom function. Better living through Apple. Anyway, I want to plot a mystery. A mystery adventure.
Okay, mystery adventure.
Mystery adventure.
You know you're going to get what is it? An artifact. You're going to get an artifact. How about a mystery adventure story on a cruise ship in the 1930s?
Ooh, my gosh, that actually could be
marketable. Yes, come sit by me if you'd like to sell books.
Oh no, shit. All right. 1930s. I want it to feel modern and punchy though. So how do I?
What do you mean by modern?
Meaning the pacing.
Huh?
I want it to be paced more.
Okay, so just say that. I want to pace it more like a modern mystery and not slow like a historical.
I want it paced like a modern mystery and not
slow.
Slow
like a historical.
Like a historical.
It's probably going to go pulp, but this is going to be interesting to see what it comes up with.
Yeah, I am actually very interested too.
Not a historical, yeah. Yep, you need a C. I know.
Historical. There we go.
There we go.
I knew that. I knew that. And
all right, so we
clicked. All right, now what we're gonna have happen is it's going to start to think to itself, well, how can I help do this? All right.
Yeah, we gave it some good parameters.
Yeah, and it
can you zoom in again?
Wow, it really popped it up quickly.
Yep.
Okay, so we're at the 1930s cruise ship mystery plot research. This is where it gets into what am I going to do? How am I going to help him do this?
Ooh,
Now think about this. Think about this. It may not necessarily go out and go onto the internet or something like that. It may just use its own resources and figure out how to do these steps itself. It's pretty exciting.
Can you click more?
Huh?
Yeah. Can you click some more?
I sure can.
It's got the red herrings and plot twists.
Yep. Look at that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. And then it's going to analyze these results. Then it's going to create a report. And then you're going to be, it should be ready in a few minutes.
Put the kettle on.
Well, and the first time I did, well, not the first time, the second time I did this, it was on a very general subject of how do I write if I want to be a writer and like I want to do it good. And then it went out and looked at 138 different sites. And it took
was probably too broad.
15 minutes to come back with this report. Mm-hmm. So hopefully when I click search, start search, it will be a little more, let's say, focused.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think if you niche down, basically, is what we're doing, or niche down, it's going to, it's not going to have as many resources as it has to go through because it's funneling. Wow, that's pretty impressive. It's already finding stuff.
Yeah, we're at 63. Oh,
63.
Huh, that's interesting.
Well, that's not.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that there are so many. But
well, it had like 8 different components it was researching, and there were some broad ones on there, such as like mystery pacing. That's a pretty broad topic.
I mean, look at some of these subjects that
we can't read it. It's too small.
Oh, I'm saying I was about to zoom in here. Let me see here. So
what is suspense?
The difference between mystery, running investigations and mysteries. The 10 essential elements to mystery stories.
Oh, it's even pulling from Reddit. Good. God help us.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe don't get your writing advice from Reddit.
But there might be some interesting parts of the fiction that can come from ideas from the Reddit. But I mean, really, look, is it really just 63? Yep, 63.
Yeah. So does it just pull you the sources, or it's actually making a report, right, of all the pertinent information about this, and then it cites it. So the citations go to these websites.
Yes.
Okay. This is really just like super fetch.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it is a AI driven super fetch sort of thing. Where what I really like about this idea is that you can take this and make it a Google Doc, and then take that and put it in Notebook LM, and it becomes a source for you with all of those hyperlinks in there too. So you have this kind of ability to expand on the notes, get really, 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 really deeply researched on these topics, and kind of shape your worldview that you're making up. Maybe you're making up a complete worldview where totalitarianism is the norm, and everybody that speaks of freedom feels like the worst, weirdest thing in the entire world. You need those type of deep sorts of researches where back in the day in certain societies, people had to deal with that very thing. So how did they deal with it? What are the psychological ramifications of those sorts of things? This is the sort of thing that really kind of lends itself to deep research for a writer.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to seek out trying to tap into databases and stuff of like primary sources and some things that are not like readily available on the internet. There's quite a few places for information and stuff like that that's behind paywalls, for example.
I think that's always been the case.
Yeah. Looks like there's something new here if you want to zoom in.
Hey, we got ourselves a report.
We got a report.
Let me get to it. Okay.
And this is part of the Gemini Pro, the advanced thing. So it's $20 a month. And I put the link in your notes.
Yep. Crafting a fast-paced 1930s cruise ship mystery. Oh, wow.
Yep. Isolated location. Tick.
What did you say?
Isolated location, tick.
Uh-huh.
Unreliable narrator, tick.
Oh, red herring.
Tick. And then the perfect crime for the puzzle-like quality.
And look, everything seems to have more.
Yep.
So you can literally go to the actual citation in this note right here.
Just understand that a lot of this is pulling from blog posts and things like that. So your mileage may vary in terms of the veracity.
But you can make that decision for yourself by going to the site and doing your homework, y'all.
Of course. I just wanted to explain that this isn't necessarily coming from like peer-reviewed sources or things like that. So
right. And which kind of goes back to an adage that I like to remind people when they're working with things like the easy peasy book machine. Make sure you validate. Make sure you're very specific. Make sure that you're very detailed. I think I'm going to just do a whole video just on those the three pillars of writing with the easy peasy book machine. So just remember to do that. And when you're
okay, I'm curious about this pacing. If you can zoom in on that one,
where is it?
It's just the next section. You know me, I speed read.
Yes, I do.
Oh no, you scroll down. No, go back up to the top and zoom in. Up to the top.
Right here.
Go up. No, scroll your thing. Okay, there you go. That's perfect. It's interesting that it only does a 3-act structure. Most mysteries are 5 acts.
Oh, I have to say, I would think that.
But it's saying modern mysteries are 3 acts.
Be
curious on its sources for that.
Okay. Does it actually have a breakout source? Let me just zoom out real quick here.
Don't you just do the drop down?
Well, I was looking for a overall source for this, but it looks like it's going into specifics right here. Tips for handling pacing in thriller novel. Tips for pacing in a thriller novel. And,
okay, so it's pulling from Writer's Digest.
And
now, what happens if you click on that link?
You open up, and you get this. You go to Writer's Digest, and you get to.
Okay, and what's the? Oh, wait, scroll up to the top. What's the date on that? Interesting. 2022. Okay, and it looks like it's by James Byrne. Author James Byrne. Now it's interesting because this is a thriller novel. And I guess it's deciding that if you want to do a mystery with more modern pacing, we're just going to call that. We're just going to go with thriller pacing, which is usually a lot faster than a mystery pace.
Huh. Okay.
I don't necessarily know that I agree with that, but I can see.
It feels like a choice that it made for you. Yeah. Whatever. All right.
It was a choice.
Okay. So now pacing and modern, when I zoom in, it would be nice when in these breakout boxes.
So there we go. So it's got that for the pacing versus modern versus historical. It wants quicker chapters, crisp dialogue and action, frequent clues and twists, and higher stakes. I agree with those.
Frequent clues, twists. It really does. It really takes. This is the one thing I really noticed about this. It is super holistic in its approach to gathering information. So it takes all. It feels like it feels like it took the algorithm that's inside of Notebook and it applied it to whatever the thing you want to spin up at that moment. Yeah. So you apply, you do that, and then it takes it in aggregates and does a really big aggregate and creates this kind of database of information that it draws from in the moment. That's pretty, I don't know. That's really good. I have to give them props for building this tool this way. Successful modern mysteries.
All right, okay, so hold on tight. Let me go look those up, see if they're actual books. So we have the Maisie Dobbs series. Is that what it said? I'll check that up. Z Dobbs. Yes, it looks like that's a real book series, and
by Jacqueline Whisper.
Jacqueline Winspear. Yep, and they're $9.99, and they are the right time period. And there's 18 books in that series.
Oh wow!
What was one of the other ones?
The Mary Russell series. by
Mary,
Lori. Yeah, Mary
by
Russell.
Lori King.
Lori R. King.
Yes, it looks like that is actually like The Beekeeper's Apprentice is book 1 of 19 of Mary Russell and Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, that's
So,
exactly right. This series features Sherlock Holmes's protege,
yep.
Mary Russell, solving mysteries.
Okay, so that's one way we talk about that a lot in the FFA. Like one of the easiest ways to find an audience is to tap into an existing IP that is in public domain. Sherlock Holmes is in the public domain. You don't have to necessarily write Sherlock stories, but here Lori King has written the protege, so you get to have this whole new character, and you just have Sherlock Holmes in the background.
And last but not least, the Veronica Speedwell series. So I'm thinking female protagonist.
Yep.
I'm thinking
well, it depends on who your audience is. You also could probably do a male protagonist too if you wanted to, and that's a real series as well. There's 9 of those books for the Veronica Speedwell.
And Deanna Rayburn?
Yes, that is the name of the author.
Wow.
Rayborn.
So
it's not hallucinating. This is a big advance. So this can also help you spearhead, like if you really wanted to write in this genre, the next step would be to go grab some of those books and start reading your comps.
Yes.
See what it's like. Yeah. So
especially when you're trying to introduce yourself to a new genre.
Exactly. This was a pretty mashup genre, cruise ship 1930s mystery with modern style. I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, it
revenge,
feels like a
jealousy, love triangle. Yep.
Oh, what is this?
If you can zoom in. Crimes of passion were prevalent in the 1930s. A love triangle involving passengers or crew members. Yeah, because divorce was not really a thing. You could not get divorced without a major stigma. So it was much easier to kill your spouse if you were having an affair.
I'm sorry.
I mean, efficiency, right?
I don't mean to laugh, but
yeah.
Oh, wow. Times they have changed. Red herrings, plot twists, suspenseful passengers with secrets. Look, all right, everyone, I want you to notice something, okay? All right, look at the size of this report.
Well, if you open it up in Docs and you share it with anyone who has a link, we can add it to the notes so that they can read it themselves.
Would everyone like that? Because
I think they would. That would be a good Christmas gift.
All right, I'm going to make this open creating document, and oh wow, and it's okay.
You can do the word count.
I'm gonna open this in documents, share, and as you can all see, I have a full Google Docs.
7 pages.
Yes.
Wow.
Not only 7 pages, but all of the sub reports and charts in the middle, and all
your sources.
And all of your sources.
Where the heck was this tool when I was having to go through school?
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, especially being able to have the ability to really know that it isn't just saying lies to you. To be able to go back and have all of this research ready and start thinking about the tropes and stuff like that, and then go check all the resources as you feel fit, feel you need to. But it and you notice it had 63 sites that it went through and only gave you 13 citations because it distilled everything away to what you actually needed, what was pertinent to whatever you were deciding to build that day. And imagine being able to do this research in a split second, and then take all of that information and drop it into the easy peasy book machine and start cranking out this series.
You've sold me. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this. I know I'll have to buy it on my main Gmail account. I did try doing it on my business account, like my writer at elizabethannawest.com, which I piped through Gmail, and it didn't give me this feature. So I need to do it with an actual Gmail account, because I think I could grab this and then throw this into a thing for coming up with outlines and book ideas, a book series, all kinds of stuff.
Or build something inside of either Plot Drive or Raptorite
Yep.
that takes this information and really runs with it.
Yeah,
You
starts
know?
analyzing it for story ideas. So if you don't mind clicking that share button up at the top right there, and just anyone with the link.
Will do.
And then if you Stephanie
Share.
says that they're offering it free for 30 days.
Are they?
Well, so even with my business account though, so no. See where it says general access restricted? You have to change that to anyone with the link.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyone with a link.
And if you copy that link and can throw it in the chat, and I'll grab it and I'll put it in the notes.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
And if you have your original prompt, I'd like to throw that into Perplexity and into OpenAI, and we'll see what kinds of reactions we get, like what kind of differences we get.
Let me drop that into the chat too. Really, really simple prompt too. We do some really advanced prompting.
Yeah.
We do, but y'all have to remember, sometimes you do not have to work as hard as you think you do.
Mm-hmm.
A simple prompt can sometimes, especially with these much smarter models, can sometimes just cut a lot of the middleman crap out and get things done.
Can you
go.
Send me that link on Discord? I can't copy and paste it from our interface.
Oh,
Just stick it in the notes.
Wait a minute,
you can just put it in the notes. Put it in the notes.
Wait a minute. No. I can private chat.
Okay.
I bet you can do it from private chat.
Maybe.
Here's
there we go. That's the prompt, and I'll put that in the notes for everybody.
And I'm going to go get that link again. Copy. Drop that in. I always forget we have that private chat.
I do too, because I don't have a way to. I'm not actually very good at looking at it while we're live.
Well, we don't really. I think we maybe should just treat it as a place for us to trade things so that we can put things in places. That's all it is.
I agree. And I will stick that on the notes. So that is on the notes.
I hope everyone is having a good time. And if you are having a good time, that means that you should probably like this video. Not only liking this video, but subscribing to this channel can help us out immensely. You have no clue how just liking this video can propel this out to more people and get more people involved in the idea of maximizing their creativity by using artificial intelligence. And I'm telling you, if you have a neural problem, if you have a neural difference that kind of makes you stop and impedes you from moving forward with your ambitions of writing a book, I'm telling you, there is a very viable way for you to get your book done by using artificial intelligence and all these other tools that we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I have Perplexity up and running. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
I'm going to remove mine because I don't know.
I got it. So I'm on Perplexity. .ai/pro. Perplexity was one of the first models to come out that was really the first AI tool to really come out focusing on layman's research, so to speak. So this predates the Google deep research. And they've had these pro searches for a while now. I'm on the free account so that I can get 3 pro searches per day. And so that's what I'm going to go take advantage of. But it also is pretty much everything's about $20 a month, which can add up very quickly if you're just grabbing everything. Yeah. So you want to be selective in what you want to use. And this one is they're offering a first month for free and then $20. But since I have 3 pro searches per day and I haven't used it, let's go play with that. So I'm going to go to home, and I can do ask anything here and put this in. The focus aspect of it is you can search across the web. You can also search specifically for academic papers.
Oh, look at that. Writing?
Yeah, it's got writings, generate text or chat without searching the web. So that's only if you just want to generate. solving equations, and then search for discussions and opinions on the social web. I kind of like that it's separating out the social web, so I'm not going to get like the Reddit stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
You also can attach files if you have files. I'm not going to right now, but I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pro search. It considers twice as many. I have 3 left. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in that same prompt exactly like you did. I want to plot out a mystery adventure story on a cruise ship in the 1930s. I want it paced like a modern mystery and not slow like a historical. And let's see what Perplexity can do. So notice that this looks pretty similar to what Google does.
It doesn't break it out to the side as much, but
remember, this predates the Google.
True.
So this is we still got Reddit. But I love too that it's like bringing in these the images from the web. So this, if you're more visual, Perplexity might be more what you want. It shows here the research, the common elements. So it's looking at different things. It's reading different. It's not doing as deep of a search as Google is, and then compiling it. So it has the sources. It's not going to be as deep as your deep research, but for what this is, I think that this is also great too. Perhaps your detective boards the luxurious ocean liner only to stumble upon a murder within the first few pages. And it has the citation here, and it's pulling it from Nancy Kerdeman WordPress about pacing in a novel story.
They both feel extremely viable ways of doing this.
Absolutely.
Comparable.
It's going to be what your preference is. Character identities. I think this one just jumped right into making suggestions. I think Google did a better job of like giving you stuff to jump off of.
Mm-hmm. I did feel like you have your tablet or your phone with you, and you kind of go over the report as you're walking your dog, and you kind of go, "Oh, I hadn't really thought of that." I don't feel like I'm getting that from this one.
And this one is more designed for you to like, this is the start of it, and then you can dive deeper into it. So for example, here it's making some suggestions of like, how can I incorporate modern pacing techniques into a historical mystery? What are some effective ways to create tension in a 1930s cruise ship mystery? How can I use red herrings? Classic examples of mysteries set on cruise ships that I can draw inspiration from. How can I make my characters' interior monologues more engaging in a fast-paced mystery? So we have questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and vote in the chat, and then we'll select one of these to go a deeper dive on. I'll read them one more time.
That's nice.
Yeah. How can I incorporate modern pacing techniques into a historical mystery set on a cruise ship? What are some effective ways to create tension in a 1930s cruise ship mystery? How can I use red herrings to keep readers guessing in my cruise ship mystery? What are some classic examples of mysteries set on cruise ships that I can draw inspiration from? And how can I make my characters' interior monologues more engaging in a fast-paced mystery? Do we have any votes?
Somehow my dog got in here. I don't even know how.
Oh, no.
No, I think my wife opened the door and I didn't notice.
All right. I see bunches of 3s and a 5. So we have 3 3s and a 5. I think we're going to go with number 3.
Yep.
How can I use red herrings to keep readers guessing in my cruise ship mystery? So you just click that plus sign, and now it's just doing another pro search. I only have 3 pro searches a day on my free account, but if you do pay the $20, you have unlimited. And so here, look, it's got the jealous spouse of a wealthy passenger, famous actor traveling incognito with something to hide, a bloodstained towel, turns out to be from a kitchen accident, a suspicious locked room that's actually hiding contraband unrelated to the murder. Ooh, so like having another crime going on, overheard conversations in different languages that seem sinister but are misinterpreted.
Now, see, that's a lot of fun.
This is great. I know a lot of authors who would love that I can just click a button here and I can get some ideas.
Okay, so I'm going to do one MOA.
Okay, you're gonna do one more. I'll stop my share.
Wait a minute. Where is it? I'm trying to get to my web ChatGPT. There we go.
And I can share this. So I'm going to share this link, and I've got the link copied, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on your notes for Perplexity.
Just need to sign in, apparently.
Okay.
God bless. I can't stand
Hopefully we're showing some new AI toys that people haven't been playing with. I mean, we're all used to OpenAI and ChatGPT and these thinking models, but there's actually a whole bunch of models out there that are connected to research. When I was at Novelists Incorporated this year in September, I was on a panel and multiple people kept saying, "Oh, I use ChatGPT for my research," and I was like, "Oh, please don't. Please use Perplexity." And now we have Google. I mean, you can't.
And we have a much more robust ChatGPT too. So I mean, let's.
So you're going to do another. If you want to go ahead and run the con, I will step out for just a minute and then I'll be right back.
Hello, Con.
So you take over producing, and I'm just stepping away from my desk here.
Oh, yeah, you do you. Okay, everyone. So this is the idea. Let me shut this down and put that there and siphon that off. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this exact same one. Oh, wow. That is super small. What happens if I do that? Yeah, I will. And then I will zoom in to make this easier for everyone. Okay, there we go. Ha ha ha. I love modern technology. Okay, so this is what you're greeted with when you start up ChatGPT. In order for us to get into this kind of research mode, we're going to toggle on this right here, this little globe, search the web. Now that the web is here, I'm going to actually go back and to our private chat, grab this and copy it and put it into ChatGPT. And then we're going to see what it does with this information. Okay. It's being pretty quick about it. Exploring cruise ships interiors with authentic storytelling. 19 of the best Nile cruises for 20. What in the world? Okay, so let's go back up here. Crafting, and this doesn't have hardly any citations. Unless, there's one. Here's this. Oh, they present their citations differently. Mystery writing, a guide for the 4-act structure. Settings, Art Deco, elegance, Wikipedia. Why does it have so few? Why does it only have like 2 citations? Is that really? Well, okay, more than 2 citations. Okay, all right. But I don't see any about writing. Okay, there we go. Structure of a novel.
Oh, this is ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to compare it.
Yeah.
It really did spit out stuff really quickly, but a very odd sort of short answer. So I'm wondering if should I say deep research or something? I don't know.
So I think there's here's where I think we are. I think we have a spectrum, if you will. So deep research is on one side. It's just us. We're not looking at the screen anymore. So there you go, Ekello. They were getting a great side profile. I think on one side of the spectrum is you have Google with its like really deep research, like nothing about this. Perplexity might be something kind of in the middle. If maybe you don't want that deep of a dive, you just want some stuff that's action. Like maybe you already know the genre and you're just looking for some extra help. Like if I was already writing mysteries, I would find the Perplexity thing to be a more helpful report than the Google report.
If you were doing it for the first time.
No, if I was experienced, I would find Perplexity more helpful than Google.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
For the first time, Google would be very helpful. And then ChatGPT is kind of like, girl, you an expert. I'm just trying to help you get this done.
Yeah, you just want some
Yeah.
basic structure or something, right? Okay. I got you.
And I really feel like chat kind of backed off from the whole entering into the fray with the internet and everything like that because of the situation that happened with the New York Times lawsuit that they're still in the process of litigating. And also, I mean, that's mostly like Google's territory. And there's the adage of like, do things the right, do things that you can be the best at versus trying to do something better than what somebody already is the leader in that space. When you're in
Yeah, but there was a lot of potential for eating some Google lunch and
there
making some
was.
revenue from advertising and stuff like that. So they felt obligated to at least try to do this thing.
But I will say, I kind of think that OpenAI is making a bet that the internet is dead. Long live the chatbots. Because to be honest with you, even some of those sources that Google pulled from, like
They felt like
first,
they were maybe built by AI anyway.
well, that or just the fact that like I'm not going to go follow a Writer's Digest blog post really about what I'm doing for my book. That's just me. It's just not a source I usually consult for help on my writing.
So it feels a little,
Basic.
well, like they could have. Oh, wow. I mean, the internet only is but so resourceful. I mean, people
Right.
only write but so many things about things
I
that
think
aren't behind paywalls, you know.
that's what I mean. I think we've reached a point where like the good stuff is behind a paywall or it's in a book you need to purchase or something like that. The stuff that's on the surface is just regurgitated over and over and over again across so many websites at this point because we're 30 years past the first indexing of, or almost 30 years past the indexing. So it's like if you were to look at a lot of those sources I think that Google pulled from and you started actually looking at them, they're going to say the same thing in a different way over and over and over again. And that can skew research to make it seem like that's good.
No, that's the thing. That's the norm. That's the way things are going.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily. In research, that which is loudest is not necessarily the most correct. It's just the most accessible. It's the adage of like, if you're following the masses, make sure the M isn't silent. And Harper says, I used to back in the day when I first started out, but now Writer's Digest isn't my first place to go anymore.
It just
Lynn goes, Writer's Digest was helpful before there was the internet, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Yeah, there was a time and a place for Writer's Digest. Now, I mean, most of us would actually go get a specific book on mystery, or we would take a course specifically on mystery writing from someone who is successful either at teaching it or successful in publishing it. Susan goes, yes, that's when I read Writer's Digest. And there's nothing wrong with Writer's Digest. It's just it's a very elementary level of looking at things in my experience,
and can be very helpful to people who are just learning.
That are just learning. Absolutely. So I just think that there's levels here. So Google's where you start off if you know nothing about a genre. So it's going to give you the resources that you can go read some books in that genre. You can go get in deep with it. And Perplexity is probably the fast tool, easy tool. Because remember, you can only get that deep research if you pay for it, right? I got the Perplexity for free, and I get 3 a day. I mean, you can be...
When you need it, you use it. But don't use it too much. You use it and be very focused on how you're going to do these things.
Yeah. Someone who's on a tight budget could absolutely use Perplexity as a research assistant 3 times a day and get pretty far in a month on their project. That's a in-depth project.
Yep. Every day with 3 of them. Yes.
Yep. And then you have ChatGPT, which is, I think we found it to be kind of the least helpful out of the 3.
Keisha, I hope that answered your question. What is he using? I used Google Deep Research, which you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Because it's behind the advanced Gemini advanced stuff. And then we hopped over to Perplexity, and then we hopped over to ChatGPT. And it was absolutely a different feel.
I have one other check. Since we got the $200 account right now, do we want to see what O1 Pro cannot access the internet, but do we want to see one of the things that they say is that model is actually dumber than we think it is. It's not as bright, and I kind of want to see what it says about the cruise ship.
And it does not write. It's not built to write like that. So like fiction in the classic sense. It's good with organization and blah, 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 blah.
Not even organization, because it's not hooked to any files or anything like that.
But it's supposed to have the better maths, as they say in Britain. And so I was extrapolating. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So it can calculate the cubic volume of a cruise liner, but I don't know that it's going to help us with this outline. All right. So here's my ChatGPT.
I need to let my dog out.
Absolutely. I got it. So here we are on ChatGPT Pro. I'm just trying to get my $200 worth, y'all, because I paid my $200. I'm just going to use it as much as I can. That was the other thing. So we'll put the exact same prompt. I want to plot out a mystery adventure story on a cruise ship in the 1930s. I want it paced like a modern mystery and not slow like a historical. And this is pro mode. So now it's not going to do the research report because this isn't a research model. So it wasn't trained to do that. It's probably going to just go ahead and start plotting out that mystery novel. I don't think it's okay. So I'm working on a mystery theory adventure story set on a cruise ship. The plot will unfold through cliffhanger chapters featuring a detective or inspired passenger and a mix of intriguing characters with motives. So we're following its thought process here. I wish I could hide this. Oh, I can hide that. Okay, good.
I was able to check on my macaroni and cheese, and
macaroni and cheese,
amazing!
Yay! Creating a thrilling narrative. It's still working on that step. And I explained that this isn't a research model, so it's not going to do that research report. It's just going to do the task.
Which maybe might even be a pretty long report. I mean,
it might be what people want. Below is a high-level plot outline for a mystery adventure set aboard a 1930s cruise ship. The pacing is designed to feel more like a contemporary page-turner rather than a leisurely period piece. That's what we want. You can adapt, expand, or tweak details as needed to suit your characters and themes. So we want rapid escalation of events. It's got an amateur sleuth, a victim, suspects, the disgraced aristocrat, opportunistic heiress, ship's officer, rival journalist, and the spouse or family member.
I'm always in debate on whether it should be an amateur sleuth or or somebody like, Perot, who's known for being able to solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Sherlock Holmesy sort of people. I'm always, it's a preference thing. It's a preference thing, but it's always a thing to think about. And look what it did. It made me think about that.
Yep. Additional elements: keep the fashion, decor, and social norms of the 1930s, but let your pro style be brisk and dynamic. Incorporate period technology, radio rooms, telegrams in ways that heighten suspense. A message from shore arrives too late. Romance, social hierarchy, theme, example structure in brief, 10 chapters. Chapter 1. Each chapter ends with a punchy revelation or problem. So it went kind of pulp by blending 1930s style and glamour with fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. So this
and now you're locked in. You can really go even deeper with it now.
Yeah, I can be like, okay, make a specific outline with all the details filled in. So
now this should be fascinating.
Yep.
I'm worried. I'm worried that this new paradigm, we talked about this. I'm worried that this new paradigm of models is going to effectively try its best to leave the writer, the creator, the person who decides they want to make things with this technology behind. And I think it's a mistake.
Ingrid's in the story. Ingrid Montague. Winston Baxter, Lionel Brooks, Ingrid Montague, James Holloway, and Lord Edward Blackwood. We're on the RMS Aurelius with Harriet Hattie Quinlan as the protagonist and Lady Celeste Fernsworth as the victim, hinting at a wealthy subplot. Just to make sure, I'm just going to search Harriet Quinlan. Harriet Quinlan.
Bunch of Harriet Quinlans.
Yeah, but nothing. It's not like a famous character or anything like that. All right, so it's going there.
I mean, James Holloway. I mean, God bless. These are absolutely the most British names.
Yeah.
Did we even say?
It did. It decided that it should be. It actually had a up here at the top. It had a like the RMS Majestic or an invented.
Oh
ship.
yeah.
So it invented a ship called the RMS Aurelius, which sounds plausible.
Yes.
Just make sure there wasn't one. RMS Aurelius.
I'm telling you, everybody, please validate your stuff. Please.
Well, we know Marcus Aurelius. And I mean, you should do a deeper dive, but like if there was an RMS Aurelius, it would have come up right away when I searched that. Because if I searched like the RMS Majestic, which is the real one, see, immediately I've got pictures and all kinds of stuff. So if it doesn't come right up, chances are it is made up.
Yeah, you're probably pretty good.
Yeah, you just want to also make sure it's not like some famous story or something like that.
God bless, please.
Okay, so here we go. Ooh. Let's go through this.
What?
All right. It's got a fully fleshed outline. Shadows over the Atlantic. Ding, ding. I'm like hearing the sound of the ocean and like the haunting like ring, ring. Yeah. Yep. 1934. The RMS Aurelius, a grand ocean liner traveling from Southampton to New York City. Sleek Art Deco interiors, lavish dining halls. Okay, Ekello.
I couldn't help myself.
This is already selling me on the book. I want to read this book. Lucy Harcourt, protagonist. Independent journalist with a knack for investigative reporting. So I guess Harriet got... nope, no Harriet. Cecilia Rutherford is the victim. Lord Edward Rothbridge, the disgraced aristocrat. Former wealthy, now on the brink of financial ruin, connection to victim. Cecilia was rumored to have lent him money or blackmailed him over gambling debts. Ooh.
Oh.
Because Cecilia's who's killed. She was a socialite, known for scandalous relationships. Okay, plot twist. She staged her own death so she could run away with someone she's not allowed to marry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my way of doing it. Okay. Veronica Davenport, newly wealthy American heiress, ambitious social climber. She stands to gain from Cecilia's demise if it means forging better alliances with British aristocracy. So she's like a buccaneer. Women who were rich and from America who would go over and marry impoverished aristocrats. Basically, Winston Churchill's mother was that. She was an American. All right. We have the officer. We have a rival journalist, Oliver Barnett, blackmailing Cecilia for exclusives.
Harriet Montrose.
Yep, the spouse. Wait, what? Whoa. Cecilia's spouse is Harriet.
No.
Yes. I mean, yes, that's a thing.
And, or possibly estranged.
Yeah, but this is what women would do. They would be companions, just like confirmed bachelors would have the guys that they always traveled with. Interesting. Captain of the Aurelius. I mean, that makes that love triangle a little bit interesting.
This is fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, so setting sail. Lucy Harcourt steps onto the RMS Aurelius, dazzled by its Art Deco grandeur. She meets Cecilia Rutherford. She hears snippets of tension. Veronica complaining about the uppity British socialites.
I don't understand. Why is this so good?
It's not that good. I mean, honestly,
it's good enough to do something with.
Like, this doesn't make sense. It like, watch what happens when I'm like, great. Right, chapter 1.
Oh, that's unfair.
It's not unfair.
It's not going to do it well. It's just
I know. That's why I did it. So people can see you're not necessarily going to get replaced. If I'm reading this right here, this is a whole lot of like, wait, what? This is not beats for an opening chapter. I mean, you have the opening image, you have a conflict, snippets of tension. Lord Rothbridge. What the heck does that mean? Lord Rothbridge looking nervous and on edge about finances. I don't even know what that means.
What is this chapter?
Yeah, and then Cecilia insults Lucy's profession, but hints she's got a scandalous story if Lucy's up for the challenge.
Wow, this thing is really thinking.
Yeah, and then we have the Bon Voyage dinner. Sudden disappearance. She's not there at breakfast. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, and it's going with the whole just 10 chapters. It's like a little novella.
Yeah, it's a pulp. It's definitely a pulp. Now, this is interesting and why I think she faked her own death, because she's nowhere to be found. And there's a faint stain of blood and the curtains are torn. So she's like a stowaway on her own, on the own ship. Who denies involvement but seems desperate. She's delighted to see Cecilia off the scene. The body discovered. Okay. Early the next morning, a crewman stumbles upon Cecilia's body hidden behind crates in the storage hold. Oh. Lucy pockets it before the authorities can confiscate it. Help gather unofficially to avoid negative press if they can solve it before docking in New York. So now at least it's coming up with a reason.
Yeah.
He pay back loans within 24 hours or she'd reveal something devastating. Involvement in illegal arms dealing. She hears a commotion. She rushes. She finds nothing. Coming to, Harriet tearfully reveals that Cecilia was planning to leave Harriet for another lover, and Harriet confronted her in a rage that night, but Harriet insists she left Cecilia alive.
I am finding it fascinating that it's just taking so long to actually write the thing.
Oh, no, it's still writing.
Oh, yeah, it's still writing. Okay. That's pretty amazing that it's taking that long. I'm wondering if it's really taking a lot of things into account.
I think that this has got a good start, but then I would want to take this outline and be like, can you invent the scenes that happen in between these things? Because this seems like this has the main signpost that most authors would use, but you don't want to put scenes in between these because it's too fast.
It really is. It really is. It's like, you want a fast pace? I'll give you 10 chapters.
I'll give you 10 chapters.
11,
or 12 chapters.
12,
yeah.
12 chapters. Okay. Loose ends.
So who killed her? Oh, Veronica killed her.
Veronica.
Yeah. Was she sleeping with Veronica? Because that's juicy.
That would be a fascinating. See, and then all of a sudden you're off to the races.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, what a wonderful way. Well, no matter which one of these ways you want to go, whether it be with ChatGPT, whether it's O1 or deep research with Google, whatever it is you want to do, it would be fascinating. We're back on just the two of us. It would be fascinating for you to have that ability to start in the morning, and the first thing you do, instead of cracking open the paper and reading it, is you sit down to research and say, you know what I'm feeling like today. And then it makes a report giving you a whole bunch of ideas of tropes and stuff like that. And you say, I don't like anything going here. And you take that whole report and you drop that whole report in something else and see if you can pull a story out. And in 15, 20 minutes, you're on your way to the story you're going to tell that day.
I've got the chapter if you want to see it. It's not bad. I went ahead and did the link to everyone, but it only wrote 1,000 words. All right, back on the screen.
Yep.
Okay. The Southampton pier buzzed with excitement as Lucy Harcourt navigated through the early morning fog. Ugh, terrible first line. Porters in crisp uniforms bustled past with trunks and valises. Yeah, valises, right? Valises. And the distant rumble of luggage carts rolled beneath the footfalls of eager travelers. High overhead, the RMS Aurelius loomed, its sleek Art Deco design a promise of modern luxury and hidden intrigue. The outside of the boat is not designed Art Deco.
It's impossible for...
No.
Well, I guess it could have some Art Deco, sort of like the railings and it could have some Art Deco.
Yeah, Lucy adjusted her cloche hat and clutched her small leather suitcase. She was here not just as another voyager, but as a journalist on assignment for the London Daily Press. Her editor had been vague. So many high-profile people on one ship. There's bound to be a story. Yeah. So, Miss Harcourt, she turned to see the ship's purser, Mr. Albright, checking a passenger manifest on a clipboard. Ah, yes. You're in cabin B-17, a fine view of the Atlantic from there. Thank you. I'm covering a story, so I might be asking after the more notable... What?
I might be what?
This is horrible, amateurish writing. Make it better.
No, it's not going to do it.
Like a bestseller. Oh, it will. Because I'm mean. So let's see what we get after this.
Enhancing? What in the world does it mean? Hit the details on that enhancing.
One of the things that is great about O1 is that it's allegedly really good at editing. So it's better if you plot your stuff out. It sucks at writing the first draft. So use a stupider model for that. But it's really good, allegedly, at making a really bad first draft a better draft. So...
Yeah, and not allegedly. I mean, we've had lots of success actually with that.
I really like Google's thinking one for this because I think that with its training from YouTube, it has a more natural cadence to its dialogue, but maybe not for a historical. We'll see.
Now, look at what this is great. What Harper's saying. If I've learned anything from my deep dive into creating good outlines with AI, a good approach is to have them take a step back and build the elements they need, like the red herrings and suspects before it creates the outline. I think they need to be forced to slow down and actually do the steps. Yeah, my favorite Harper is, and I want you to give me an outline of everything, right? It's still working, right? All right. Yeah, I want you to give me an outline
from the bottom here if we do this.
Oh, okay. There we go. I want you to give me an outline of 30 chapters. It hates outlining 30 chapters. No, like all of them hate outlining 30 chapters. What inevitably happens is right around chapter 18 or 19, it starts going, and here's a summary of this chapter to this chapter, and a summary of this chapter to that chapter. Aren't you happy now?
Yeah.
And it's the worst.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, no, it's still working on it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this time it wrote more. It wrote 1039. Lucy Harcourt paused at the top of the gangway, momentarily overwhelmed by the grandeur of the RMS Aurelius. Its gleaming hull and sweeping Art Deco lines seemed to promise not just comfort, but a world of glittering secrets waiting to be unearthed. A crisp ocean breeze brushed against her cheeks, tinged with salt and possibility. I think it made it worse. Yep.
I'm like,
so I still stand by my thing that ChatGPT 01 is just not the best writer.
It needs to be. It definitely has. I did like its outline. I ain't gonna lie.
The outline was pretty good. I would just take it to a different model to make it
what we like to call zhuzh it up.
Yes. But anyway, I'm hoping that what we have shown today is that there's a lot more tools out there for research purposes. And please don't use a model that's not designed to research because you'll be very disappointed.
Yes. And have fun when you're playing with these because they can be very frustrating.
Yeah.
So if you look at these things with a lot of like good humor, you will find the cool nuggets in the in-betweens and really, I mean, because it can be extremely frustrating to work with these things. All right. So Elizabeth, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight I will be working in Raptorwrite, and we are going to attempt to break down the snowflake method of writing a book into AI prompts. So it's going to be a little bit like madness at EAW. I'm not prepped for it. We're just going to do it.
That's definitely a madness.
Yeah, it's going to be live madness tonight. I mean, we all go a little mad on Christmas night, right?
Right.
After all the punch. Yeah. But If you would like to learn more about sequencing or about writing not safe for work, the link to your notes that's down in the description of this video. There's also a Dean's List coupon code that will save you $100 off of the Make Better Sequences, which it's not really a sexy title for a AI writing course, but it is the cornerstone for those of us who are writing multiple books a week. Is understanding how to sequence prompts is I think like it's just a cornerstone skill of increasing your productivity with AI.
You know, we have this really bad problem in the FFA. Too many books to read.
Yeah, too many books to write. Most of us have multiple manuscripts right now that need to be edited.
That's what I mean. So many books that we like have to like do the work on. So.
And there's also a link to the From Love to Mayhem class. You can save $100 off of that as well. Keisha, I hear you. I feel judged. There's also the link. The coupon code works also on the From Love to Mayhem class, which is your Not Safe for Work class. So you can get it for the naughty price of $69 until the end of the year. So are you on the nice list, Ekello, this holiday season? Or?
I do believe I am on the nice list because I was given this wonderful blessing of starting to work for the FFA. It's I have been wanting to work with some company and kind of move into this era with an entity, and this entity is not only a great community but also a great place where I learn all the time, and I'm just so thankful for the way that this year ended up. I mean, I can't even imagine what's going to happen next year.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm on the naughty list because I stuck myself there. I'm going to take that coal and make some diamonds.
Oh, thank you on the naughty
list.
That's
what I'm going to do in 2025.
You go ahead on and put yourself on the naughty list that you can get yourself a diamond out of it. You do what you need to do.
My wife bought me a t-shirt that says I'm on the naughty list and I regret nothing.
And I regret nothing.
All right, everyone. I hope you guys are having a safe and fun holiday. Please remember, do not drink and drive.
I won't be here this evening. I won't be here. So I have a really good time. And I'm sure you're probably... Knowing Elizabeth, she's probably going to after party after that. So maybe I'll catch her.
We'll after party after
or
that.
Or the flip flop or something like that.
We'll after party. Who knows? Maybe I'll open up some wine and be YouTubing on wine. I mean, it's the Christmas spirit, right? I'll be unsupervised.
I was just thinking, I'm like, I won't be here to stop. Maybe you shouldn't. I mean,
you don't know what I'm going to do. Wahahaha. No. All right, I'll see you guys all at 8 o'clock. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Who's clicking, me or you?
Got it.